before we get started on this one, man, I want to give a shout out to Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. I checked out a video of theirs the other day, man. Powerful video, man. And I mean, they were hitting their spots on this one, man. And I check out Hip Hop Uncensored somewhat, but not a whole lot. But I'm happy that I seen this one. These boys, man, I think it was Sandman and if I don't want to say the wrong shit, but these boys, they were getting it, man. And they were talking about Candace Owens. Candace Owens and just being fired by, I think, Daily News or something of that sort. And I was moved by it. And what they were saying, the points they were hitting on was deep, man. Real deep. And I think you guys need to go check them out, man. And here, I plan to review their actual video and what they were stating, and some of it is right here.
I want to talk about Candace Owens real quick, because she was let go of the Daily Wire. Now, it was the media empire founded by Ben Shapiro. She would go on there and talk about a lot of sensitive topic. What's your thoughts in general of first Candace Owens and her, being let go?
You can go on record throughout the time on this podcast. We've had various people on that clown Candace Owens, to go at Candace Owens, and we laughed and we listened and did all that good shit. But if you go on record, we've always kind of rocked with her. I respected the fact that she was fearless in what she was saying. You know what I'm saying? And people would say she was bald, people would say she was this. She rocked with Trump. Trump did her dirty, thought certain ways and got hip on certain changes. She talked about.
Now, in light of all that's going on with Candace Owens, and as they stated, that everybody should be allowed to evolve. And she stated some wild stuff, man. She stated some wild stuff that was off base for the black community in some cases. But some of the stuff that she stated, like Black Lives Matter and some other things, and we come to find out that the things that she was stating was true. Now, at the end of the day, we all are allowed to have our own opinions, but we're not entitled to our own facts. And I think that's something that we have to do more as a community, is respect the facts, regardless if they go along with your narrative or not. And that's what's hurting us, because we're letting these different groups honey barbecue our ears with all the stuff we want to hear. And we find out we're getting hoodwinked, hustled, and beat out all kind of stuff. And them jokers running out the back with the bag. Now, I agree with you, especially on the Michael Jackson thing. When she was saying that about Michael Jackson, man, that struck a nerve in me. Anybody know me knows speaking about Michael Jackson is blasphemy. I mean, man, you want to get me going talk about Michael Jackson in the wrong way. But what I respect about her, once she started to look into it, she found out a lot more, and she found out it was not what she was thinking, and the narrative that she was being given wasn't true, and she reversed her position.
On certain changes, she talked about Michael Jackson maybe about 3 weeks ago or so, and thought that he was the person that the media portrayed him to be, and thought that he was this and thought that he was that. Wow. And after doing further research and really looking into it, she found out, wait a minute, it's some deeper shit going on than meets the eye.
So much being revealed, you're not going to believe that somehow it is connected to Michael Jackson and his death. And I got to be honest, I'm kind of terrified. I think this is going to be the last day that I cover it, because we're getting close to something that is very dangerous. I want to remind you, before we get back into Michael Jackson, what we learned in the Diddy documents, just to very quickly recap. Well, if you read through them, again, these are all allegations, but you will come out of it understanding that there is allegedly some sort of a blackmail ring that is operating throughout Hollywood, and that artists that are producing music are actually being controlled.
You have to love that. And in there, she's stating that it's getting a little creepy and a little dangerous. But regardless of the danger, and it makes you reflect back to what Tupac said, I maybe murdered for the shit that I wrote, but this is the truest shit I ever spoke against all odds. She spoke that truth. And a lot of people that come along that speak that truth, they come along in interesting ways. They come along in ways that are not I guess I could say, politically correct. And Candace Owens is on to something here. And I think we're foolish as a community to come out and say some of the things that I heard Willie D say. And you can check it out here.
That Candace, being the grifter she is, she acknowledged that she had been fired. So now she's going to do exactly what these Negroes, spelled with a K, after they get their N-word wake-up call. They try to slide back on into the black community. She ain't getting nothing from me. Nothing. I ain't got nothing for her but a whole lot of criticism and pain.
There's no reason we need to be feeling this way about our sister, regardless of the fact of who she married or how she found love, because it's clear that the woman is evolving. And in order to beat what we're going through right now, we need all hands on deck. We're not in a position where we can be selective, especially with a voice that's willing to speak the truth. And we got to stop ostracizing people just because they felt one way one moment and another way another. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to further your education and educate yourself, and at the same time being willing to admit that you were wrong. We have to stop that. We need that sister back in with us and speaking that truth. We don't have to agree with her on everything. We don't agree with our family members on every damn thing, but that still don't make them our family. She has went on the record after she had her enlightening moments with the Michael Jackson thing, and she found an interesting connection between Michael Jackson and somebody else that's deeply and heavily in the headlines right now. Check it out.
All right, guys, happy Thursday. Today on the show, holy smokes. You're not going to believe this, but there is, in fact, a Diddy and Michael Jackson connection. Yes, the lawsuit that we have been covering and following, so much being revealed. You're not going to believe that somehow it is connected to Michael Jackson and his death.
This is the evolution of Miss Owens, and I think it needs to be embraced. We need to stop missing the ball and understand when there is the birth of someone that comes along and that's enlightened for whatever reason or whatever the spark. I'm willing to go on the record and say that that spark may have been someone that I think that this group that's starting to target her, that they have an issue with, the whole mind state, and that's the Kanye West. A number of videos that I'm going to be doing, and even the stuff that's going on with Diddy, I think the root of it is Kanye West. Candace Owens hooked up with Kanye West and went hard against Kim Kardashian for her Benedict Arnold type behavior when it came to Kanye West. And I mean, she tarred and feathered her ass, and I think she deserved it. And since then, Kim Kardashian ain't been the same once Candace, our good sister, got a hold of her. And thankfully so. But there are groups and there are powers that are moving that have issues with the way things are going right now. Now, there's going to be people that's going to have a problem with what I'm about to say about these particular groups. I don't have no problem with these particular groups. And it's not because they're paying me or none of that stuff, because I'm not getting no money from them. But I understand business. And what they're doing is business, and it's in the best interest of their business. The problem is we don't have no business of our own. But yet and still, when we have somebody that's trying to break away, we turn away and we don't support them. Who is one of Kanye West's biggest constituents right now that did not turn their back on him? Think about that. That's why I'm saying that Candace Owens is going to be okay because she's taking a page out of the playbook of Mr. West. She's going to land on her feet. But we need to start being there to support those that are willing to try to create a lane for us and our people, regardless of who they're married to. If you can see the evolution of the thought. She spoke on Diddy, as you just seen in the passage that I just played from the wonderful podcast, Hop Uncensored podcast. Diddy's name is popping up in a whole lot of places. Do that necessarily means that he did the things that they're saying that he did? I don't know. It will be decided at some point. We're going to touch on a couple of videos in a minute that's going to go deeper into that. But she said that the whole thing that's going on with Diddy is not for Diddy. And I'm going to leave you with that. Who is it really for? But those are the people that are coming for our sister, Candace Owens, because she's starting to say too much. Fuck with me, because I'm trying to fuck with you.
Hey, it's the passion of my homeboy Big T. Right now, we at about just over 500 subscribers. Help us run that number up and get to 750. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.